It's been almost 72 hours since 63-year-old Nancy Pangilinan Mofnis was found brutally murdered inside her Barrigada home. While the crime scene tape was removed from around the woman's home today, police have not yet made any arrests in connection with the homicide. As we reported, Barrigada residents linked the woman's death to a car crash that occurred hours before Mofnis was discovered dead in her home. John Uggan was doing yard work on Saturday afternoon when he noticed a brand new white Chrysler sedan crash into a coconut tree. The car belonged to Mofnis.
Leaving the scene of the crime, I said like that, and an accident. And the old lady was just watching me. The old lady over there saw me when I was yelling at him. So I told the guy, and he just kept turning back, and he had something here. He went like this, and so I didn't want to approach him. So I don't know if he's carrying a weapon. So I just let him walk by, and he went up the hill.
Another neighbor was able to chase him up the street and snap this photo of the man before he got away. It's this unknown male individual who police have been searching for the last 24 hours. Criminal Investigation Division agents, patrol officers, and SWAT agents combed the jungles in Pago Bay early this morning after receiving information about a person of interest. Their search, though, came up empty. But just after 12:30 this afternoon, members of the U.S. Marshals Tautomona Fugitive Task Force apprehended a male individual who is believed to be the person who was photographed Saturday afternoon by Barrigada residents. GPD spokesperson officer A.J. Bellahaja.
He's being questioned by detectives, and we'll find out what his relationship with him having the vehicle to the Mofnis case.
The task force apprehended the unidentified man in the Ukadu area in Dededo. Details, though, of how they learned of his whereabouts have not yet been released, but Bellahaja says there was a warrant out for the man's arrest on an unrelated case. Police say it's premature to say if Mofnis's car was stolen or if the man in custody was responsible for her death.
We need to know what the relationship was with him having that vehicle.
I called 911, and it took them an hour to get here and respond, and it took them too long. If they came at the time I called them, they would have apprehended him up in the jungle. But they didn't show up, late. And if they came to the house in time, instead of honking their horn and walked in and checked the owner of the car, if she was still alive or something, they would probably find her still alive.
The police department could not provide any information as to how long it took for patrol units to respond to the report of the car that ran off the roadway, but the spokesperson says all cases are prioritized and officers had no indication last Saturday that they needed to rush to that scene.
Basically, what we had was a vehicle that ran off the roadway, no major damage, no major injuries reported. Yes, we had information that the individual had left the vehicle, but we're sure that we were able to get a readout of the plate and then be able to follow it up through those means.
Once an officer was clear, he responded and found that Mofnis was the registered owner of the vehicle. Despite claims made in the public about Mofnis calling 911 that afternoon, Bellahaja says there is no information at this point to support those assertions.
We have no indication that to be true. However, we are looking into that, and we are also looking into the fact that perhaps the officer that received the readout of the plate of the vehicle that was involved was registered to that residence and actually did go to that residence and perhaps honked. But again, we're still looking into all those things.
Bellahaja says all of those details will be worked out later. Right now, he says the priority for police is finding Mofnis's killer and figuring out the person of interest connection to the woman and her vehicle.
The public has been key in providing information to our detectives, and we ask that they continue to do so. And anybody that has any vital information in regards to this case, to please contact Criminal Investigations at 475-8557.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Mindy Egan.